My name is Lindsay Crow and I'm 13 years old.
Matt Minnie, I'm 26.
Billy Crow, I'm 30.
I'm April Crow and I'm 27. My name is Mia Brooks and this is for the Fundamentals of Public Speaking. Someone you know could be on the verge of killing innocent people. Lives could be lost. What they're doing is more dangerous and deadly than drinking and driving, and you have the power to stop them. Each day, millions of people get in their car and drive miles, while text messaging and driving, instant messaging and driving, and emailing and driving. More than 83% engage in this activity, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation. As someone who has lost someone in a messaging and driving related accident, I understand and have studied the statistics and dangers behind messaging and driving. What I don't understand is why it's not already banned in all 50 states instead of just 14 states. Currently, 14 states have banned the use of messaging and driving, and you may only use a cellular device with a hands-free set. This again is according to the Department of Transportation. The next victim of an accident could be you or someone you love. Today I'd like to talk to you about why you should help me in getting messaging and driving banned. I'm going to explain what messaging and driving is and the dangers associated with it and what you can do about it. Messaging and driving is defined as any type of written communication sent from one cellular device to another cellular device. This is according to Ed Bierman, chairman of Electronics Magazine and owner of 11 cellular device companies. Texting is the most common of the messaging types. It is a 160-character message sent from one cellular device to another cellular device. According to USA Cellular Statistics, a third-party company that compiles statistics for cellular companies, 110.4 billion text messages were sent and received in December of 2008 alone. This number is growing by around 12% each month. This doesn't include instant messaging and email for phones that have internet. Although texting is the most common, there is also the instant messaging and email, as well as using the internet on the phone, where many people read messages back and forth. These forms of communication require not looking at the road for more than 36 seconds. This is according to the USA Cellular Statistics as well. Messaging and driving is dangerous and kills many innocent people. So now that you know what messaging is, it's time to talk about the dangers of messaging and driving and how they affect you. The two worst commuter train wrecks have involved text messaging. 25 people aboard a California commuter train died because the conductor of the train missed a signal light because just seconds before he was text messaging, he sent 21 messages in a 30-minute period. He didn't see the signal, and he ended up killing 25 people as well as injuring 135 additional people. Another tragic accident involved a Boston commuter train. He ended up killing 19 people. He survived the accident, and he admitted to texting and driving and admitted that that was the cause of the accident. This is according to the Los Angeles Times, who reported on both accidents. Not only is this a problem with commercial transportation, it is a huge problem with regular transportation. Nationwide Car Insurance, one of the largest car insurers, said that using messaging devices contributed to nearly 54% of accidents in 2008 alone, and nearly 63% of accidents in 2009. 82% of their drivers admitted to texting or messaging and driving while in their car. Did you know that messaging and driving is 8 times more deadly than drinking and driving? This is reported by the U.S. Department of Transportation, as well as Car and Driver did their own research. You heard that correct. It's more than 8 times more deadly than drinking and driving. And all 50 states have a law against drinking and driving. So why don't we have a law against text messaging and driving? To show how deadly this is and why these accidents occur, Car and Driver recently did an experiment with 800 drivers. They were all put through the same 4 tests. First, they were sober, the same conditions, dry, in the same Honda Pilot. A passenger would sit next to them, and there was a little red light placed on the dash. They measured the amount of pavement it took from the time that the light on the dash came on to the time it took the driver to react to the light flashing by hitting the brake. When sober, with no messaging or drinking, it took the average driver to respond 4 feet of pavement from the time the light came on until the time to brake. While intoxicated to the legal limit of .08, each driver was breathalyzer tested before. It took the average driver 8 feet of pavement from the time the light came on until the time it was to brake. Now, they put them to the real test. While sober, how long would it take for the drivers to respond by braking when the light came on? First, they put them to the test while reading a message. Sober, same conditions. It took the driver 36 feet to hit the brakes from the time that the light came on. And here's where it really gets scary. When the light came on, while the driver was sending a text message, typing it out on his phone, it took an amazing 70 feet on average from the time the light came on until the time the driver hit the brake. Now we understand why text messaging and driving, and messaging in general and driving, is so dangerous and deadly. Many accidents occur from messaging and driving. I'm sure you can see the need for people like you to help end this tragedy and put a stop to messaging and driving completely. Here's what you can do to help. To go about making sure that your loved ones and yourself are protected from messaging and driving and unsafe drivers. Sign our petition that's here today. Right next to your name, put your driver's license number. If we can get enough signatures on our petition, we can forward it to the legislators, who will then see if we can look at passing bills to ban text messaging and driving in all 50 states. Also remember to never text and drive, never message and drive, and never read your messages and drive, because it's all very deadly, as we've seen, and can cause dangerous wrecks that will not only hurt you, but people around you. Remember to tell your children, as well as your friends, not to text, message, and drive. So as you can see, we know that messaging and driving is deadly. We know that it's unsafe and that it can harm the people with us. I've told you what messaging and driving has done and what it can do and the dangers and how the percentages continue to grow. What if the next person who dies from messaging and driving is someone that you love? I'm not asking you today to sign this petition. That's your choice. But you can choose to be a hero. And what if the life you saved is someone that you loved? Thank you very much.